Most people think yoga is about touching your toes, but the postures are just 1/8 of the whole practice. And honestly speaking, not even the most interesting part. Many of us come to yoga because we're stiff, we're stressed, or simply feeling our age. And the physical practice feels like the obvious place to start. But over time, something shifts. You realize the body is only the doorway. There's a much larger landscape behind it. Here's the way I see it. The real path of yoga is what's known as Raja Yoga, the royal path. It's also known as Ashtanga Yoga because it's got 8 limbs. They're not 8 steps, it's not a ladder to climb, but 8 aspects to a fuller, more integrated life. And that isn't the same as the highly physical practice of Ashtanga Yoga as taught by Pattabhi Jois. So the 8 aspects or the 8 limbs of the royal path are asana, which are the postures, pranayama, which is breath control, pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses, the yamas and the niyamas, which are ethical and moral pointers, and then the 3 steps towards liberation, which are dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So asana is to do with the body. The postures we all know. A perfectly valid entry point, but still just one limb. They help us get a strong and supple body, which enables us to sit still, comfortably, and to meditate. Pranayama is about the breath or breath work. And once you can move, you start to notice the breath, and then you learn to guide it. And this is where real inner steadiness begins. Pratyahara is withdrawal of the senses. The world starts to quiet down a little. You're less pulled around by noise, phones, traffic, and you start to turn inwards. The yamas and the niyamas are about how you live. They're not rules, they're more like natural tendencies which grow over time. So being less reactive, a bit more truthful, a touch less greedy or grasping, contentment, purity, simplicity. Nothing extreme, just small shifts that make life calmer. In all aspects of the path, give yourself some time. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was destroyed pretty quickly by comparison. And next we get into what the Buddhists call mindfulness. Dharana is developing concentration. You learn to hold your attention, not get too distracted. Or if you do, you simply bring your awareness back to the body or the breath. A mind that can't focus simply can't meditate. And it's all about practice, And it can take many years. But what else are we going to do? Dhyana is meditation. So it's not sitting on a cushion, trying to meditate, trying to strain it out. But it's a kind of unbroken flow of awareness that starts to carry into real, ordinary life. It's often described as an unbroken stream of oil. Now, we often start our yoga practice on the mat and then leave it on the mat. But over time, the yoga mat expands into the rest of our lives. The whole world becomes your yoga mat, where you're not disturbed too much by what is going on externally or internally. Or if we are, we become aware of that disturbance and bring the awareness back. This is simple to say, but challenging in practice. And that's why it's called practice. The final step is samadhi, liberation. It's moments where you're not tangled up in the mind. It's a taste of something clearer, something quieter, more spacious. And you may get glimpses of this along the way, the light of 1,000 suns and all that. And when you're ready, it will stay for longer and eventually become permanent. But in reality, it's a process of opening, step by step, day by day, simply coming back to your mat, whether you like it or not, and practicing asana, breathwork, meditation on a regular basis. Spiritual practice, quite simply, is discipline. Don't build it into anything more. It's nothing special, but it's everything. So these limbs don't arrive in order. They can weave in and out of each other, and you meet them when you're ready, sometimes without even realizing it. So here's something you can explore on your own this week. Choose one limb, just one, and bring some awareness to it in your daily life. You can notice your breath before a meeting, for example, or try a minute of single pointed focus. Just keep bringing the awareness to the inhalation as you breathe in and the exhalation as you breathe out. Or choose one yama or niyama to lean into for the day or for the whole week. You don't need to overhaul anything. Small, steady steps towards awareness. That's the path. And it's certainly worth starting your day with 5 or 10 minutes of simple movement or quiet sitting. And if you're someone who's interested in yoga as a way of living and being, here are a couple of videos to try out. A morning asana practice, some postures, and a short guided meditation.